We're going to be estimating with quotients today in division. We're going to be looking for high estimates and low estimates. And when we're estimating, that means that we're normally rounding. We're not finding the exact answer, but we're finding an answer that is close. All right, so we're estimating quotients with high and low quotients. And I have a division problem right here. I have 784 divided by 8. So I need to think of my 8 multiplication facts because multiplication is the opposite of division. And I know that 8 will not go into 7, so I'm looking for a low and a high quotient of 8 going into 78, as close as I can get for a high estimate and as close as I can get for a low estimate. So what I need to know are my 8 multiplication facts. If you don't know them, write them down. Make a fact box. And I made a fact box here. I have my 8 times tables here. And I'm looking for multiplication facts with my 8s. And I'm looking for an answer of 78. Now if I look over here in my fact chart, I'm trying to find what 2 numbers will 78 go between. And if I go all the way down, I'm thinking of 78. And I notice that 78 will go right here between 8 times 9 because that equals 72. 72 is my low estimate. And 8 times 10 is 80. And 80 is going to be my high estimate. So I said that 72 is going to be my low. And I said 80 was going to be my high. And that's where I got these numbers from. Now, if you notice here, I have 78 underlined, but there's nothing here with the 4. So any number here that is not underlined, that's going to turn into a 0. So I'm going to add a 0 here. All right? I'm dividing by 8. I did not round 8, but we are going to round numbers in a minute. I'll show you how that works. So I have 800 divided by 8, and I know that is 8 will go into 80 10 times, and then I use my other 0 because I'm working with powers of 10. Now I have 720 divided by 8, and I know that 8 will go into 72 9 times, and then I'm going to add my 0 here. So this is my high estimate, this is my low estimate. Let's practice on another problem. All right, now this one looks a little bit different. I have 439, and I'm dividing 63 into that. And I know that 63 will not go into 43, so I'm going to round my 63 to the nearest 10. And when I do that, it rounds to 60. So I need to think of either my 6s or 60. Now, 60's facts are going to be easy for me to do because it's a power of 10. So I've made my fact chart over here using 60 times 1 equals 60. Now I can think of it, 60 times 1 is 6, and then I'm going to add my 0. I can think 6 times 2 equals 12 and add my 0. 6 times 3 is 18, and I add my 0, and I've done that all the way down. So I'm looking for 439, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to find what 2 numbers will 439 go between, and I notice it's right here. 60 times 7 is 420, which is the same thing as 6 times 7 is 42, and then I add the 0. It'll also go here between 420 and 480. So 480 is my high estimate. 420 is my low estimate. So I said my low was 420. My high was 480. I'm not adding any zeros this time because I'm going all the way to 439. And I'm dividing this by 60 because that's what I rounded 63 to, and I'm just getting an estimate. And I know that 6 will go into 48 8 times. And both of my zeros cancel out here. So 8 times 60 is 480. It's the same thing as saying 8 times 6, which is 48, and adding my 0. All right? That was my high estimate. My low estimate is 420 divided by 60, and I know that 6 will go into 42 7 times, and 7 times 60 is 420. And that's estimating high and low. We're going to do one more example. All right. My new division sentence is 431 divided by 58. And the first thing I want to do is I want to round 58, because 58 will not go into 43, so I have to find it in 431. So I'm going to round 58, and when I round it, it rounds to the nearest 10, and I rounded it to 60. Well, I still have my 60s fact chart here, and I'm trying to find 431, and what two numbers will that fit between? Because I'm looking for my 60s multiplication facts, and I notice it goes right here. 431 is between 420 and 480. So 480 is going to be my high estimate, and 420 is going to be my low estimate. So high is going to be 480, low is 420. And I am dividing by 60, and I know that 6 will go into 48 8 times, and 8 times 60 is 480. 6 will go into 42 7 times, and 7 times 60 is 420. And if I were asking on a quiz or a test, what are my high-low estimates for this division problem? This is the number sentence that you should write for a high estimate. This is the number sentence that you should write for a low estimate.